السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا مرحبا بكم يا أيها الناس يا شباب يا نساء المسلمين. Welcome everyone to the Friday Night Live program with Mufti Abdul Wahab Hafidhahullah, with a nice turban on, with a mix, I don't know what color that vest is, but mashallah Mufti Saab,
It's from my vest.
it's contrasting well with the lighting in the background. And we are so blessed today. Today is going to be a spiritual high, upliftment, emotional, spiritual, intellectual program. We are blessed with Shaykh Saad Nomani, all the way from Medina to Munawwara. He is blessing us with his presence, and everyone who doesn't know him, مَنْ لَمْ يَعْرِفُهُ فَسَوْفَ يَعْرِفُهُ. Those who don't know him will be introduced to him now. And those who know him are blessed to hear him again. He is a world-renowned reciter who can recite it in 80 different voices and dialects of the recitation, who he can imitate the greatest reciters in the world that we individually listen to. We're also blessed with Shaykh Hasan Ali, all the way from England Sharif, and he will be joining us from the land of the Queen, and inshallah through his words Allah will guide the royal family. So we are all here, and I don't want to take too much time. Mufti Abdul Wahab, please introduce the guests.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. First of all, I would like to say that our audience, our crowd that mashallah very consistently joins us every Friday night. This is through your du'as and through your prayers that we were able to bring together such magnificent personalities from different parts of the globe. We're sitting in front of us is Shaykh Saad Nomani, who is literally sitting in Medina Munawwara, right? So obviously we can't go to Medina because we're outsiders and foreigners, but Shaykh has been living there for the past few decades, and mashallah has been serving that community, has been teaching in Medina Munawwara, and he travels the entire world. And right now, Qari Saad, what time is it there? Is it 4:30 a.m.?
Yes, 4:36 a.m.
SubhanAllah. So he's joining us at 4:30 a.m. from Medina Munawwara, right? So like
4:36. 4:36.
So we're extremely grateful for Qari Saad that you're joining us, Shaykh Saab. Shaykh Saab, we don't have a formal relationship. I only met him. I don't think none of us actually met him before. I only met him once in Medina Munawwara when we went with our group for Umrah, and he hosted us very nicely. And mashallah, that our students still have not forgotten about you, Sheikh, and they still talk about you. So inshallah, Sheikh will bless us with his voice, and then Sheikh Hassan is right here as well. But Sheikh Abdullah will introduce him the way he does his thing, because I think Sheikh Hassan and Sheikh Abdullah get along, alhamdulillah. So inshallah, Qari Saab, which qira'ah will you start with, and how will you start? Because I know you have limited time, so we will speak less.
Yeah, inshallah, I'm going to recite in my own style first, then we'll see inshallah in different voices, inshallah. We'll try. Jazakumullah khair.
Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون. وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتركوك قائما قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, Tabarakallah. Qari Saad, the voice is a little bit staticky with the mic. Is there any way you could either,
I think it would be better if we don't use the mic, if that's okay with you.
if it's possible?
Perfect.
Jazakallah khair.
Perfect.
Because
So I'm
when
going to
we
recite inshallah in the voice of Sheikh Saud bin Ibrahim al-Shuraim, one of the famous Imam of Haram Makki Sharif. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
سبحان الله.
إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلا خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا ولا يشرك بعبادة ربه أحدا.
ما شاء الله. أحسنت يا شيخ.
الشيخ حسين بن عبد العزيز آل الشيخ حفظه الله from Masjid al-Nabawi al-Sharif. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
ما شاء الله.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما إن الذين يؤذون الله ورسوله لعنهم الله في الدنيا والآخرة وأعد لهم عذابا مهينا. والذين يؤذون المؤمنين والمؤمنات بغير ما اكتسبوا فقد احتملوا بهتانا وإثما مبينا. الشيخ ماهر المعيقلي حفظه الله from Masjid al-Haram. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Actually, we're going to do a quick virtual takbir because people are just really enjoying it. So we just need one takbir. Everyone that's watching, please write Allahu Akbar so we can get that virtual love and spirituality going, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Qari Saad, forgive me, sorry.
الشيخ ماهر المعيقلي حفظه الله from Masjid al-Haram. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. لقد جاءكم رسول من أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم. فإن تولوا فقل حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم.
ما شاء الله، تقبل الله، تبارك الله الشيخ.
الشيخ صلاح البدار حفظه الله from Masjid النبوي الشريف. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
ما شاء الله.
يا أيها الناس أنتم الفقراء إلى الله والله هو الغني الحميد إن يشأ يذهبكم ويأتي بخلق جديد وما ذلك على الله بعزيز ولا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى وإن تدع مثقلة إلى حملها لا يحمل منه شيء ولو كان ذا قربى إنما تنذر الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب وأقاموا الصلاة ومن تزكى فإنما يتزكى لنفسه وإلى الله المصير. الشيخ Ahmed Al-Ajmi Hafidahullah from Saudi Arabia. You know, this voice I'm going to recite especially for our kids, for our youth, inshallah. So they will follow, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
آمين. ما شاء الله.
وما يستوي الأعمى والبصير ولا الظلمات ولا النور ولا الظل ولا الحرور وما يستوي الأحياء ولا الأموات إن الله يسمع من يشاء وما أنت بمسمع من في القبور إن أنت إلا نذير إنا أرسلناك بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وإن من أمة إلا خلا فيها نذير. الشيخ علي بن عبد الرحمن الحذيفي حفظه الله.
حفظه الله.
senior imam of حرمين الشريفين.
ما شاء الله. How many years has he been كم سنة هو يؤم الصلاة في حرم الشيخ؟
I think from since 1979 I think. Yes, 1979, 2 years in Medina al-Munawwara and then 4 or 5 years in Mecca. Then he back to Medina again, mashallah, and mashallah till now.
So
He's yeah, almost 40 years, mashallah.
Sheikh, after this, Sheikh, first of all, mashallah, you pray all your salawat in Medina Munawwara. You know, so when you go there, give our salam to our Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam as well. But people requested Qari Muhammad Ayub and Sheikh Mishari, if within the time you have, if you can also, if you have
Yeah,
the time,
inshallah.
of course. Jazakallah khair.
No, inshallah. Now, inshallah, I will try, inshallah. So, Sheikh Muhammad Ayub, Hafidhahullah, Rahmatullah alayhi, from Masjid al-Nabawi al-Sharif. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين وإن يكذبوك فقد كذب الذين من قبلهم جاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات وبالزبر وبالكتاب المنير ثم أخذت الذين كفروا فكيف كان نكير ألم تر أن الله أنزل من السماء ماء فأخرجنا به ثمرات مختلفا ألوانها ومن الجبال جدد بيض وحمر مختلف ألوانها وغرابيب سود ومن الناس والدواب مختلف ألوانه كذلك إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء إن الله عزيز غفور إن الذين يتلون كتاب الله وأقاموا الصلاة وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية يرجون تجارة لن تبور ليوفيهم أجورهم ويزيدهم من فضله إنه غفور شكور.
سبحان الله ما شاء الله.
الشيخ Abdullah Abad al-Juhani Hafidhahullah from Masjid al-Haram.
سبحان الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين والذي أوحينا إليك من الكتاب هو الحق مصدقا لما بين يديه إن الله بعباده لخبير بصير ثم أورثنا الكتاب الذين اصطفينا من عبادنا فمنهم ظالم لنفسه ومنهم مقتصد ومنهم سابق بالخيرات بإذن الله ذلك هو الفضل الكبير جنات عدن يدخلونها يحلون فيها من أساور من ذهب ولؤلؤا ولباسهم فيها حرير.
ما شاء الله تقبل الله شيخ.
الشيخ مشاري راشد العفاسي from Kuwait حفظه الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وقالوا الحمد لله الذي أذهب عنا الحزن إن ربنا لغفور شكور الذي أحلنا دار المقامة من فضله لا يمسنا فيها نصب ولا يمسنا فيها لغوب والذين كفروا لهم نار جهنم لا يقضى عليهم فيموتوا ولا يخفف عنهم من عذابها كذلك نجزي كل كفور.
سبحان الله. شيخ ما نسيت الشيخ حذيفي، لازم أن نسمع الشيخ حذيفي.
يا الشيخ علي عبد الرحمن الحذيفي, one of the most senior Imam of Haramain al-Sharifain. So let me complete, let me try to Sheikh Saad al-Ghamidi, and then inshallah Sheikh Ali Abdul Rahman al-Hudayfi حفظه الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. وأنيبوا إلى ربكم وأسلموا له من قبل أن يأتيكم العذاب ثم لا تنصرون. واتبعوا أحسن ما أنزل إليكم من ربكم من قبل أن يأتيكم العذاب بغتة وأنتم لا تشعرون أن تقول نفس يا حسرة على ما فرطت في جنب الله وإن كنت لمن الساخرين أو تقول لو أن الله هداني لكنت من المتقين أو تقول حين ترى العذاب لو أن لي كرة فأكون من المحسنين بلى قد جاءتك آياتي فكذبت بها واستكبرت وكنت من الكافرين.
ما شاء الله.
الشيخ علي عبد الرحمن الحذيفي حفظه الله from Masjid al-Nabawi al-Sharif. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ويوم القيامة ترى الذين كذبوا على الله وجوههم مسودة أليس في جهنم مثوى للمتكبرين وينجي الله الذين اتقوا بمفازتهم لا يمسهم السوء ولا هم يحزنون الله خالق كل شيء وهو على كل شيء وكيل له مقاليد السماوات والأرض والذين كفروا بآيات الله أولئك هم الخاسرون.
عجب العجاب شيخ، عجب العجاب، ما شاء الله.
Sheikh, if you have a few seconds, just a small snippet of Sheikh Sudais, because
Balila, someone was
finally
Sheikh Qari Saad, inshallah
Sheikh Bandar Balila and the other mashayikh, inshallah, next time, بإذن الرحمن. Now, finally, inshallah, Sheikh Abdul Rahman al-Sudais, حفظه أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين قل أفغير الله تأمروني أعبد أيها الجاهلون ولقد أوحي إليك وإلى الذين من قبلك لئن أشركت ليحبطن عملك ولتكونن من الخاسرين بل الله فاعبد وكن من الشاكرين وما قدر الله حق قدره والأرض جميعا قبضته يوم القيامة والسماوات مطويات بيمينه سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون ونفخ في الصور فصعق من في السماوات ومن في الأرض إلا من شاء الله ثم نفخ فيه أخرى فإذا هم قيام ينظرون وأشرقت الأرض بنور ربها ووضع الكتاب وجيء بالنبيين والشهداء وقضي بينهم بالحق وهم لا يظلمون ووفيت كل نفس ما عملت وهو أعلم بما يفعلون صدق الله العظيم.
Ahsanta, ya Sheikh. Well, we have a quick question, two questions. Sheikh, where are you originally from? Asl min abawayk min ayy al-balad, and where are you right now for the audience to know where your parents are from? Lo samaht.
MashaAllah. Personally, I'm from Pakistan. My parents from Pakistan, and I'm here in Medina al-Munawwara around 37 years, mashallah, here in Medina al-Munawwara.
So, حفظت القرآن في مدينة المنورة, Sheikh. You memorized the Quran.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. So the Sheikh is from an Ajam origin, meaning he's non-Arab. From his parents, aspect, he is muta'arab. He is Arab in the sense of he knows Arabic, recites Quran in the most beautiful tone. And MashaAllah, people don't know this, Sheikh, because you have the whole look, and people don't realize some of this talent is very diverse. Ummah of the Prophet ﷺ is very special. Anyone from any country, we hear people from China, Turkey, Indonesia, Pakistan, Syria, Saudi Arabia recite the Quran in fi lahn Arabi, a very beautiful dialect in Arabic. My next question is, Sheikh, who is your favorite reciter? I know this is a tough question, but who do you listen to?
No comments. It's a very difficult question for me, who's my favorite reciter. So,
Sheikh,
mashallah, everyone is perfect, mashallah. Everyone is mashallah.
Who does your wife listen to? Who does your wife listen to?
Listen to him.
He's always listening to me,
When I recite Quran, my wife gets angry, so I don't have the same voice. If I had something like you, it would help me.
Sheikh, inshallah, next time you come.
From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes,
Sheikh,
brother.
Last question, Sheikh. Mufti Sahib will ask a question next. Sheikh, when and how were you able to develop this talent with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how many reciters altogether are you able to copy?
It's almost more than 99, alhamdulillah.
99.
Yeah, when I have started, I was 4 years at that time.
SubhanAllah.
So the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 99, almost, alhamdulillah. It's all God gifted from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
SubhanAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
Sheikh,
Subhanallah.
I must, so we don't have that much time because I know Shaykh Hasan Ali is also waiting. But have you met some of these shuyukh in Medina Munawwara and Makkah al-Mukarramah? आप उनसे मिले हुए हैं?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Alhamdulillah. So
Alhamdulillah.
so you've been able to sit with them and enjoy with them as well.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. I have recited front of Shaykh Abdul Rahman Sudais in his voice, alhamdulillah.
And I'm sure when they heard you recite, they were shocked.
Jazakumullah khair, guys. Barakallah feekum.
Please give our salam to
Inshallah, inshallah.
none of us can go for Umrah and Hajj, but I think you took everyone on a quick journey through the Haramain. So may Allah bless you for that. Inshallah.
After your recitation, our love for the Haram has even intensified. We miss the journey there. We miss the reciters of Haramain. It's a different feeling listening to the shuyukhs live from the mic of Haramain. It's so beautiful. The echo,
Yeah, exactly.
atmosphere. It can never be, replicated on mic. Subhanallah, YouTube does not do justice to the voice of the shuyukh in Mecca and Medina. And subhanallah, you are so fortunate, Sheikh. Not only do you pray in Medina Munawwara, not only do you live in Medina Munawwara, you are a hafiz, you are a qari, you are a sheikh who recites like the shuyukh in Medina Munawwara. May Allah bless you. Allah yahfadak. يجزيك خير الرب. بصوتك يا رب العالمين.
And Sheikh, we'll see you again inshallah in a few weeks. Okay, we have you on a rain check inshallah.
Inshallah. Ahlan wa sahlan. Jazakumullah khair.
شكرا شيخ.
Assalamu alaikum.
السلام عليكم. أهلا وسهلا Shaykh Hasan Ali. We apologize for the delay, Sheikh. Sheikh, we want to welcome Shaykh Hasan Ali. Sheikh, before I introduce you, can you tell us where you are right now and where you're sitting?
So I'm sitting in my home in London.
MashaAllah. Ahlan wa sahlan, Sheikh. Anyone that doesn't know Shaykh Hasan Ali, you have a useless Instagram account. You don't know what you're doing on Facebook. Because Shaykh Hasan Ali is the real deal on social media and also on the ground in London. MashaAllah, he is an inspiring a scholar who has also developed one of the most profound curriculums for Islamic studies in the world for English language. MashaAllah, Shaykh Hasan Ali is the founder and the mind behind it with all the hard work of millions of dollars spent and resourced. Shaykh has shared his personal background and sacrifice on that. He's a public speaker, a sheikh on the ground over there, very blessed. And he would visit us here at Miftaah Institute last year or so. Was it last year, Mufti Saab?
Yeah, last year.
And Shaykh Hassan, people don't know, his God-gifted talent, other than his spirituality, is his humor. And recently, Sheikh shared, he created a WhatsApp group, and he put like 5-10 people in that WhatsApp group, and it's called.
You can't talk about that, man. That's like.
Let me just tell you what the group is called. And the problem is the group is called Jokes. It's called Just Jokes. I can't even basically you can't see it. Just Jokes. And my son, when he goes into my WhatsApp, he wants to see this group. It says Just Jokes, but you should change it. Just Jokes for sheikhs who are adults, something like that. But mashallah, I was quiet. It happened during COVID-19 and all this, negative. Right, that's what you did, it, Sheikh. It was very depressing, and our emotions and modes were down. And Sheikh created this to keep us uplifted. And I never said a word for a week or so. And then Sheikh called me. He was so nice. He said, "Do you mind? Are you uncomfortable in the group? You can leave if you want." And I said, "Sheikh, I'm comfortable. I'm very comfortable. I just don't know the people in the group, so I hesitate to message." But Sheikh in that group gives me spiritual upliftment and also intellectual upliftment and humor upliftment.
Sheikh Hassan, I'll tell you one thing, right? First of all, Jazakallah khair for joining us at 4 a.m. in the morning in England. So the audience doesn't understand, right? Shuyukh, not like us, not like me, but real shuyukh that have dedicated their life to the work of deen, they get up and they do the khidmat of deen at any time of the day. Right, and this is a prime example of that in Shaykh Hasan Ali. And Shaykh Hassan has not done any live program for anyone else, Bajan. He refuses to do it.
How did you agree to Mufti Abdul Wahab?
No, Shaykh Hassan loves us. We love him. It's okay.
You guys are special.
Jazakallah khair.
You have put happiness in our hearts, Sheikh. May Allah keep you happy.
Ya Allah. So Sheikh will inshallah be sharing a few quick words with us for 15-20 minutes Bajan, on the descriptions of Jannah. Everyone please say salam to Sheikh as he's joined. And I will be sharing his link of Safar Academy on the chat. Please check it out and you can buy the curriculum from there. And Sheikh, inshallah, you'll be speaking about Jannah for a few minutes.
Inshallah.
And then after that, inshallah, we'll have a nice chat. Jazakallah khair, Sheikh.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Firstly, to all my brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we're going to speak about Jannah. It's one of your most favorite subjects for you Americans. You don't know anything else except for positivity. So we'll just go straight into your most favorite subject, inshallah. And I know some of you who are probably, above the age of 20 want to go straight into some other high-level description of Jannah, which we're not going to do today, which a lot of you just love to speak about. But anyway, we'll go to a description of Jannah. So Jannah is a place that is so great that when all the people of Jannah get into Jannah, it's still going to have extra space. So Allah is going to create an extra amount of space. He's already got an extra amount of space, so He's going to create a new creation that will fill that part of Jannah. So Jannah is massive. It's so big that all of us, we're talking about from Adam alayhi salam to the last person of the Day of Judgment, and all the jinns as well. When they get to Jannah, whoever Allah will permit in Jannah, they will fill Jannah and there'll still be extra space. And the way we'll fill it is that every person, the minimum amount you're going to get is going to be 10 times bigger than this world. That's to yourself. That's the minimum you get. So imagine you get the whole of America. Forget you're part of Michigan or whatever. You don't just get New York. You don't just get California and so on. You get the whole of America, the whole of South America, the whole of all the oceans and the space of the oceans. You get Canada, you get the whole of Europe, Australia. I know you guys in Jannah, you don't even, you guys in America, you feel like you're in Jannah already. You don't even know where the rest of the world is. Like if I was to tell you where is London on the map, you'll say we know it exists, but we don't know where it is, right? So you guys are tops. You guys control the world, but barakallahu fikum. So Jannah, when people see, the first thing is to get to Jannah. And the most luckiest people will be those who will be with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And when he enters Jannah, straight after him, the Anbiya alayhi salam will enter Jannah. Then it will be the Shuhada that will, the Anbiya, then the Sahaba, the Shuhada, and so on, Siddiqin, Salihin. All the great people of all the different ummahs that have gone by, they'll enter Jannah. So if you're very lucky, you'll be one of those who will enter Jannah immediately after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, hopefully that's our case. And to get there, we need to do a'mal, we need to do actions. So, all the different actions that we're doing, you might think that your action is small. Now, this is the thing about people, see, that they think that, I just did a small thing. But you don't know how big it might be in the sight of Allah. Like in a hadith of Bukhari, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaks about a man. He says, I saw a man in Jannah, and that man was lying down in Jannah, and he's moving his sides in Jannah out of the rest and the peace that he's getting. He's so relaxed in Jannah. And the Prophet ﷺ says the reason why he got there was because there was a tree which had a branch cutting across the path of people. And the man decided one day that, I'm just going to cut that branch and allow people to walk freely. That's all he did, and he got there. In a separate hadith in Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ says that there was a woman from Africa who used to come. She was in Arabia, she was in Medina Munawwara, and now and again she would come and she would clean the masjid of the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet ﷺ, a few days went by and he never saw that woman. And he said, where is that woman? And the Sahaba said, did you not know? We buried her. she passed away. And the Prophet ﷺ said, you know, you didn't tell me that she passed away. And then the Prophet ﷺ went to her grave. He paid his tributes at the grave, and then he said, in a separate hadith, he took, you know, he said that I saw that woman standing in Jannah while the dust of from my masjid was in her hands. Subhanallah al-Azim. So this is a hadith in Sahih Muslim. So look, think about it. Dust of a masjid that she cleaned, okay, that makes her get to Jannah. So don't ever think that I'm gonna do something which is really insignificant, and you don't know where that insignificant action of yours, which you think is insignificant, where that's actually gonna take you. So anyway, when people get to the doors of Jannah are going to be massive. I mean, we're talking about doors that are from this earth to the sky. This is the door of Jannah, and you can imagine how great it is. And you might think, well, I'm going to be Mr. Shorty, I'm going to be so small, I'm going to be like Mr. Midget in Jannah. You're not going to be Mr. Midget in Jannah. You're going to be someone whom Allah is going to make 60 feet tall. Every person Allah is going to make is 60 feet tall in Jannah, right? So now you're going to say to me, Subhanallah, I'm 60 foot tall. I'm going to be like, you know, wobbling all over the place. You know, maybe the wind is going to blow and knock me down. No, that's not going to be the case, because you're going to be 7 foot wide. Because Adam alayhi salam was created like that. So he's going to make every individual of Jannah like that. So every individual of Jannah, when you get to Jannah, you get the tall stature of Adam alayhi salam. You get the beauty of Yusuf alayhi salam. Subhanallah. So there are no ugly people in Jannah. Subhanallah. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. So there's no going in front of the mirror and wishing you had a whole set of makeup and doing some makeup in Jannah. There's none of that, because Allah would have given you a face that is wallah. Okay? So that's that. And the third thing that you get is you get a voice that is the voice of Dawood alayhi salam. He had such a sweet voice that you had all he had when he used to sing, when he used to hymn the Torah, the fish of the sea and the birds from the sky, even the mountains, they used to sing along, they used to hymn along with him, subhanallah. So you're gonna have a beautiful voice, subhanallah. So there's none of this that, you know, so-and-so gets up and she starts talking and, you know, croaking in the morning, and you're kind of getting a bit, you know, agitated. There's none of that. The voices are going to be very, very sweet. Okay. And the other thing on top of that is everyone is going to get the akhlaq and the character of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhanallah. That's going to be like the cherry on the cake. All right. Everyone is sweet. Everyone's got his akhlaq. So there's no wrongdoing in Jannah. Okay. And on top of that, you might think, well, okay, that's fine. What about our age? So the ages of people are going to be, Allah said in the Holy Quran, uruban atraba, which means that everyone's going to be the same age, right? So that means men, women, everyone, we're going to be the same age. Now, what's that age? That age, the Mufassirun say, is 33. So everyone's going to be that age. Subhanallah. That means your dad is 33, your granddad is 33, and your great granddad is 33, and your son is 33, and you're 33. Okay? And all mothers, daughters, grandmothers, everyone, all 33. Subhanallah. That's gonna be awesome. Like you guys say, awesome, yeah. So don't worry about it, because we're gonna recognize each other with different bodies. We won't have this body that we got. The Prophet ﷺ has said, you know, Mala aynun ra'at, what no eye has seen, wala udhunun sami'at, no ear has heard of, wala khatara ala qalbi bashar, no heart or mind has thought of. That those are the things that we're going to see, you know, and hear and experience in Jannah, which is going to be something beyond our experience. Okay, so when we get to Jannah, that's just the start. That's how you are now. The other significant thing is Allah says, وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي صُدُورِهِمْ مِنْ غِلٍّ. Allah's going to take from within ourselves. He's going to take out the ego. So no more sort of jealousy, no more, thinking, oh, he's got that, I haven't got that. So if some guy has got the next level, let's just say in this world we've got a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, I don't know what maybe Tesla or something like that. You guys are the best cars, yeah. So your automatic gadget cars, whatever the latest thing, okay, you're in Jannah, and you're going to be streaming down, okay. And some guy he's ended up with something else, all right. There's going to be no jealousy whatsoever. Allah's going to take that out of the hearts. So and the other beautiful thing is that when we eat and drink in Jannah, everything that's presented to us is it is the best, and it just gets better, right? Because what you're going to think of is, look, Allah is infinite. So infinite means that there's no end to it. So if Allah was to show us like colors, He could show us infinite colors. Allah's already showed us infinite fingerprints. Okay, so these fingerprints that we have, infinite amount of that, infinite amount of faces. So if Allah wants to create infinite tastes, then Allah can do that, and He's going to do that. So what will happen typically is a person is Jannah. And the person is lying down, and they feel like one of the first things that there are many servants. So you have servants. Don't worry, they're not slaves. Okay, they've been created just to serve you. Allah said, إِذَا رَأَيْتَ ثَمَّ رَأَيْتَ. When you look that, you'll see. Allah says, غِلْمَانِ. There are certain young persons in Jannah Allah has created who are there to serve you. So they'll come to you with drinks. So you take this drink is going to be, awesome. And Allah has given many different names of these drinks, of tasneem, zanjabila, kafura, and so on. There's different drinks. Now, we don't know how they're going to taste, but they're going to be super. Once you've had the drinks, then it's time to give you a snack. So some of those snacks are going to be like, they might be like fruits. Okay, so when a person takes one fruit, he's had that, he'll look and he'll see this. The servant is giving him another fruit, and the person will say, "Hey, listen, dude. I'm in Jannah, boy. Like, I don't want to see the same fruit again. I mean, what's this? The standards are going down. If I have the same fruit twice, the standards are going down." So the servant will say, "No, you need to taste this fruit." Because what will happen is when the person tastes the fruit, the second fruit that looks exactly the same is going to be different. Subhanallah. It's going to be different. So everything is of a different nature in Jannah. In fact, when people in Jannah, when they want to eat, imagine this, right? You're lying in Jannah. This is a hadith in Tirmidhi, right? You're lying in Jannah, and you see a bird flying. And in this world, we see a chicken. We see a chicken. We say, "Yeah, man, I want to have that chicken. Like, I want to have a Nando chicken. I might want it to have a KFC chicken, halal, of course, yeah. I want to have it this type, that type, fried chicken. I want to have a roasted chicken. I want to have barbecue chicken." So this guy is just lying down, and he sees this bird moving across, and he wants that KFC, halal KFC, right? So what happens is straight away that bird mid-air, right? Imagine mid-air, swoops down, loses his feathers, turns into a barbecued, roasted, whatever bird you want, turns like that in front of you, and you just enjoy it and eat it there and then. And when you basically finish that and you've thrown the bones away, guess what happens? There's no animal cruelty here, boy. What happens here is that those bones turn back into the bird again, and it flies away. Subhanallah. Now, some people are going to be, I want it roasted again. So the same bird's going to come back again, and they're going to eat it again. Some people are going to be like that. So the thing is, you wish something, it's yours. Allah says, وَلَكُمْ فِيهَا مَا تَشْتَهِي أَنفُسُكُمْ. Whatever your egos will desire, that is going to be yours. In Jannah, when there are going to be many levels within one level. So you'll have your own privacy in your own world. Imagine your world, just your Jannah is going to be 10 times bigger than this world. And then the next door Jannah, you've got which is maybe your brother's Jannah, a part of Jannah, your sister's part of your actual sister who is in the dunya. She's got her world next to yours, and she's got 10 times bigger than this world as a minimum, right? And if she ever wants to come to yours, then she can take permission and come to yours, but you're all next to each other. And within your own world, you've got many different levels of Jannah. So there are many different layers and layers and layers of Jannah that Allah has created. And you can never get bored there. And no matter how much you eat, if you're a dentist listening to me right now, then there's no job for you in Jannah. All right? There's no dentist going to get a job in Jannah. If you're a doctor right now, you better leave your certificate in this world. You're not going to become a doctor in Jannah. There are no sick people in Jannah. There are no dentists, no sick. There's no plumbing job in Jannah. I don't know what you call it in America, right? There's no fixing pipes. There's no leaking pipes in Jannah. There's going to be no problem. In fact, when you eat, there's not even a toothache or a stomach in Jannah. Not even to the extent, right, of urinating in Jannah. You don't urinate in Jannah, you don't defecate in Jannah. So the Sahaba said, Messenger of Allah, how do we digest our food? Because people are going to eat. People are going to eat. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, one man in Jannah is going to have the power of 100 men of this world. He will eat the same as 100 men in this world. So I'm just saying to Sheikh Abdullah, I want to be hungry, bro. I'm going to be eating, and I know you're going to be eating, inshallah, and the rest of us, some of us who love to eat, we're going to be eating. Now,
I don't think in Jannah there's going to be English food. It's all going to be American food.
The first one is going to be Bengali food. Because everyone has to become Bengali before you enter Jannah. Because according to hadith of Bukhari, the first food is going to be kabidul hut, which is the liver of a large fish. So Allah's gonna cook that for everyone, and that's the first thing you have before you go. So if you can't hack that, then you better go back to your American food.
I'm okay with that. I'll take the fish in Jannah. I'll take the fish in Jannah. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So the thing is, how do you digest your food? So the Prophet ﷺ said that it's going to be rish, which is people are just going to sweat, and through that sweat, people have digest the food. Now you're going to say, well, Jannah is going to be a very stinking place, right? People are going to be sweating. No, that's not the case, because the sweat smells of musk, right? Smells of musk. Now in Jannah, there's no such thing as getting these ladies Botox and let me get my nose done and let me get my cheeks done and whatnot. There's none of that, because what you do is, according to Hadith al-Tirmidhi, you go to a marketplace in Jannah, and as you go through the marketplace, you see these designer faces. These are like wonderful faces, and all you do is you say, man, I wish I look like that. And guess what? Your whole face changes to that. People know who you are through the soul that you got inside, or through whoever you are. But your face changes, and everyone still recognizes you as who you were. Subhanallah al-Azim. And you go back to your families with those faces, and your families look at you, and they say, wow, you look even more beautiful than when you've left, right? More beautiful than you've left. So how better can it get in Jannah, right? How better can it get in Jannah? You've got everything you want, and you might think, well, when we've got everything in this world, then after a while we get bored. No, you don't get bored in Jannah, because every single thing you experience in Jannah, Allah makes it an infinite amount of enjoyment. Now, one thing Allah can do is this, though. The way we might enjoy something. Let's say you enjoyed something really good in this world, yeah? What Allah can simply do is He can restart that experience for us over and over and over again, just like we experienced
it was the first time.
Wow. Sorry?
Like it was the first time.
Like it was the first time. That's it. And He can give us that again and again and again and again. And we're kind of thinking, wow, it was that great. And then He gives us again that great. And then what He can do is He can knock it up a few notches. So we experience it even better each time. People will forget The Prophet ﷺ said, if on the day of judgment, what Allah will do, Allah will take the man who's been the most unluckiest person in this world, and all he'll do is Allah will just dip that man in Jannah, one dip, and then bring you back on the day of judgment and say, have you ever experienced anything bad ever? With this man suffered the most miseries anyone can ever suffer, and that man says, I've never ever suffered anything bad, nothing at all, just one dip in Jannah and out, and that's it. So there's no, in fact, Allah will bring Malakul Maut, the angel of death, as a ram in front of Jannah, and Allah will sacrifice Malakul Maut, and he will say to the people of Jannah and to the people of hell, he will say, Khulud la maut, you live forever now, there is no death ever, because people are still going to be fearful, right? What about if you die? So Allah's going to take that away. And then another thing Allah gives on top of that is, one day Allah says, O people of Jannah, Ya Ahl al-Jannah, Hal Raditum. Allah will say, are you pleased? And they will say, why shouldn't we be pleased when you've whitened and brightened our faces and you saved us from hellfire? So Allah will say, should I give you something that is better than that? And they will be shocked to say, and they'll say, what can be better than that? And Allah Azza wa Jalla will then say, أُحِلُّ عَلَيْكُمْ رِضْوَانِي فَلَا أَسْخَطُ عَلَيْكُمْ بَعْدَهُ أَبَدًا. I will now declare my complete and forever happiness for you guys, and my pleasure for you guys, and I'll never become angry with you again. And the people of Jannah, it's said that the people of Jannah would rejoice so great that if they had that kind of heart in this world, they would have died out of their joy. And then I know my time is up now with the 20 minutes, so I'm just going to say this last one, and then I'll hand it over to Sheikh Abdullah. Is that Allah Azza wa Jalla, one day He will say, "Oh, people of Jannah," Allah will say, "Is there anything else I can give you?" And the people will be like, "What else? What else can Allah give us to make us even more happy?" And Allah Azza wa Jalla will say, "Okay." He said, you people have worshipped me. I used to see you. You never used to see me. But today I want you to see me. So that's when Allah will then create a kind of a theater. Now this theater is going to be a wonderful and awesome theater where cushions that we have, we're going to be sitting on those cushions. Those cushions are going to then lift up in the air, and it's going to create a kind of a theater in the air where everyone's floating, right? So you're in a position where you got full view, right? And everyone in Jannah gets this. And then Allah tells the angels to lift and to move the curtain or the barrier that is there between us and Allah. And Allah Azza wa Jal does that. And when people see Allah Azza wa Jal, guess what? They will forget Jannah and everything inside. Wow. They will actually forget what Jannah is and what's inside it. All these gifts and hundreds and thousands of many more gifts that Allah would have given them, they would have forgotten all of that just in the amazement of looking at Allah Azza wa Jalla. And Allah will repeat this. Allah will repeat this often. So some people will be lucky enough to see Him every week in Jannah. Some people will be lucky enough to see Him every other whatever in Jannah. But Allah will give. This is the biggest gift that anyone can ever receive in Jannah. May Allah Azza wa Jalla give all of us tawfiq and ability to do our a'mal and practice in this world to reach Jannah. I mean, and I know some of you are thinking, well, he didn't cover that other thing that we like about Jannah, but today we've got a young crowd in front of us, so we don't want we don't want too many ghusl by the morning. So I'll pass it over to Sheikh.
Okay, Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. Thank you so much for the Sheikh. You described it so well in such a small limited amount of time. Sheikh, what's your favorite ayah in the Qur'an that talks about Jannah?
Your mic is mute for me. I can't.
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you though.
Okay, Sheikh, I was asking, do you have a favorite ayah in the Qur'an that talks about Jannah? Or is it just?
I can hear you, Sheikh Abdullah. I can't hear Mufti Sahab.
But I want you to ask.
Mufti Abdul Wahab is asking, what is your favorite ayah that describes Jannah in the Quran, verses or passage of the Quran?
You really want me to be honest about it?
Yeah, we're honest people.
وحور عين.
Alhamdulillah. Sheikh is honest, you know. Sheikh is talking about the women of Jannah. And of course, I told my wife this, that she will be the queen of the women of Jannah. So she has nothing to worry about. You know, so no one's coming near me, except for my family, inshallah. We got to make it there first. Sheikh, I heard you say the word awesome. Is that word also used in England?
We use it in England, but not like you guys. You guys use it in a very awesome way.
How do you guys use it in a very bad way? Like, what is the difference?
We'll say that, you know, that's I don't know. It depends who you are. So it depends on your age group. Okay, so you might say, "Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. That's super." Sometimes, and if it's young kids, they'll say, "Oh, that's wicked. That's wicked.
Wicked,
That's
wicked is Canadian, yeah.
Yeah, that's wicked. I don't know. So even if you go younger to the TikTok level, you might get some weird words coming out, which some of us might not be able to relate to. But I think when you listen to the Americans, I think when you say awesome, it just sounds to us very awesome.
Yeah, I always was under the impression that we hijacked the English from the English, right? Like, we Americans don't know English, and the England people and the Europeans who speak English in England are the original, you know, linguistic speakers. But where happened when they were writing the books of literature and they were describing cookies? There's a difference between a cookie and a biscuit, and that I never understood.
Basically, when the father gets a bit too old and he becomes a granddad, then you put the grandfather in the corner of the house on a rocking chair, right? He was the original one, but you kind of, you know, alienate him a little bit, right? And then you become the main guy of the house. So basically, we were the father of this whole house of English, okay? You guys were the kids. And when we got to be too old, you put us on a rocking chair and you told us to sit there and just rock on our chair while you control the house. So good on you.
So what do you guys call French fries in English?
French fries. We
Chips,
call that. You're gonna get us in a big debate right now, right? We call it
No,
chips,
I'm trying to enjoy the real English, you know.
Look, there's gonna be ikhtilafat between us, right? In terms of, you know.
You know, I'm okay with it, but I heard like the chips are called what are they called there?
Crisps.
Crisp. Wow.
So your chips are crisps and your French fries are our chips.
Like we say, like your clothes look crisp. You know, when you're ironed and
yeah, we say that too.
You guys say that.
Sheikh, can you hear me now or no?
Can you hear Sheikh Abdul Wahab?
That's fine. Sheikh, that's fine. Go ahead, but do your thing, Bajan.
I love this that you can't hear him, because I can hear him and you can't hear him, and I'm the one talking and he has to stay quiet. Sheikh, you said a few things about America that you were talking about Jannah. You kept on saying America is a beautiful country, and we have the beauty and stuff like that. England is very beautiful also, but it's old beauty. The Buckingham Palace. Don't you think there might be jinns living in there by now?
Have you been to England?
I've been to England. I've been to London. I've been to
good.
And I've been to Yorkshire.
The thing is, there's probably more than jinns in Buckingham Palace, but let's.
Okay. Well,
the thing is, you guys might see that Buckingham Palace is probably one of the biggest places where every English person sort of goes every day. Not really. I mean, the tourists go there. Many of the tourists go there. I mean, people who live in England, they might go there like once in a decade or whatever, or maybe they might be going there frequently because they've got relatives or other friends coming from abroad as tourists, so they want to go there, so they end up taking them there. It's like if I ask Americans, how many Americans go to Washington, D.C.?
A lot.
Like they'll actually travel there just to go to the White House?
Yeah, a lot. Washington is like part of our curriculum. Like it's like end of the year program for school.
I mean, yeah. So in England, there are people who go to Buckingham Palace. Yes, that they'll make the journey there, but it's not like we live for that or something.
I understand. If you've been to Washington D.C., Sheikh?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't.
Yeah, watch.
Ask him how many if he's come to the States, so people know that Sheikh.
I can hear you now. I can
Okay,
hear you
okay.
now.
Sheikh, alhamdulillah. Sheikh, just quickly, if we can derail off that topic for a moment. Sheikh, are you born and raised in England? And just quickly, and where are your parents from, and so on and so forth? If you can just maybe in 30 seconds or a minute, if you can tell us.
Okay, so my parents are from Bangladesh, and both of them have passed away, rahimahumullah.
Rahmatullah alayhi.
I was born in England. Yes, I was born in England, raised in England.
Subhanallah, Sheikh. So your parents are away from England. I don't want to divide the, Bangladesh to Sylhet and the other side, but where from England are your parents from?
So I mean, from Bangladesh, yes, Sylhet, and then coming over here, we're from the Midlands, which is the central part of England.
Okay. Are you in North London, South London? Where are you now?
So now I'm in North London. Yeah.
Is that where all the Muslims live?
No. The Muslims are in many different parts. North London we've got less. In East London we've got more.
Okay.
So out of London, the most is East London. Then it's probably West London. Then maybe North and South come.
Sheikh, so you go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna ask. So pretty much, you were born and raised in England, and this is what we normally ask all of our speakers, mashallah. But we're not always lucky enough to have someone like Sheikh. Your beard is crisp, mashallah. They get the salt and pepper look. But Sheikh, when did you decide to go study, and how was that journey for you? Just if you can tell us about that, because everyone's talking to you online about your jinn talks and those different talks, but they don't know about this,
Well, the thing is, it wasn't really a choice that was mine, which I wanted to jump into and look forward to. It was more like my father had his eyes on doing this, and he kind of pushed me a little bit in this way. And first, I mean, for me, it was like, just get something, just get this hifz done, get some of that recitation done. But then after that, I started enjoying it. And after enjoying it, then I wanted to finish the whole of the alim sort of course. So it was really my father that pushed me in that direction. And that time I couldn't understand it. Perhaps that time I wasn't very favorable towards the whole mentality of my father. But today I give him the biggest du'as that he did do that for me.
MashaAllah. Sheikh, someone's asking in the chat, one of my friends, his name is Sheikh Hamza, will I be tall in Jannah? So I think he thinks I'm not really tall, but he hasn't seen me in my real tall shape, when I'm up high form with my high heel, So you did say everyone's going to be tall in Jannah.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't wait till I get there, because I'm going to be dunking on my brothers in Jannah, because in this dunya, I didn't get that chance. But Sheikh, you have
you got certain things to score back in basketball, right?
I have certain things that I have to do in Jannah when I get there. One of the first things I'm going to do in Jannah after meeting my spouse and my parents and
I know exactly what you're going to do.
What?
You're going to clone yourself in Jannah and leave that clone with your wife, and then you're going to go out and enjoy the rest of Jannah.
No, astaghfirullah. I will never be unfaithful to my wife in Jannah. Never. I will be equally scared of my wife in Jannah like I am today, I think.
Yeah.
I would be so scared. I think that fear is gonna continue. It's just too much. It's like, iman waqara fi qalbi. It's in my heart. There's no way it's leaving my heart. I'm not afraid of my wife, but it's just Sheikh, my question is, one of the first thing I was saying I will do in Jannah is probably watch a video of my life in this dunya. Watch a replay.
You know what I was talking about this to somebody the other day, and I said, I don't know whether we're going to be to be honest with you, once we get there, the life is going to be very different, right? So like I said to you, that one hadith, which is Allah dips a man in Jannah and then takes him out, and he's forgotten all his worries and everything of the whole of the world and whatever they experience, right? So I don't know how we're going to feel when we get to Jannah, but one of the things that I would love to do is I would love to see a movie of the entire world, of everything that happened in one long movie. You see everything, right, from beginning to end.
All the conspiracy theories.
Everything. So everything's like answered. So you get to know, what you never knew, what you did know, what you thought you knew, everything explained. It's gonna be probably
You
the
know,
longest
and
movie.
the best thing about Jannah is there's no time limits. Like it's not like the Indian movies are like 5 hours long and the 3 hours in the cornfield, you know, and it's not like that. It's a real, mashallah, like you can watch whatever you
That's
want.
right.
Yeah, and there's no guna in Jannah.
So,
No, there's no sin in Jannah.
Sheikh, so like when you came back, you started this thing called Safar Academy, right?
Right.
So we have to talk about that for a few moments. And then another
Yeah,
topic that we felt like it was important to talk about is just the concept of within our own Muslim communities, the divide within Bangladesh, Pakistan, and how do you handle that in England? Because we know that in England, it's fairly heavy over there, perhaps more so than America, right? And so those two things, if we can shed some.
Say your question again.
So how do we deal with perhaps the divide that we have in our Muslim communities? Like for example, Selected Dhaka or Karachi, Lahore. And in England, you have a lot of Muslims from different backgrounds. So someone also asked.
So what kind of divide are you talking about? Are you talking about divide of what? Ethnic, sort of sub-ethnic?
Ethnic, yeah.
What kind of division are you talking about?
So in the sense is is that something which is predominant in England? A, B, how do you fill that up in your own culture? How do you fill up that void?
I think that if you go back maybe 40, 50 years back, it was heavily sort of present in terms of like a Punjabi person, a Pakistani person, a Bengali person, and the divisions that you had. But in the I think over the 50 years, so now we're in 2020, that division is a lot diluted now. So it's still there. I'm not going to say it's not there, but you kind of feel that as we're moving along, soon, I think after maybe another 30, 40 years, 20, 30, 40 years, no one's going to really be looking at each other with those divisions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at, say, for example, South Africa, where you've got now maybe the 7th generation there,
Mm-hmm.
they don't even regard themselves to be from the places they came from. So some of them came from Malaysia, some of them from Indonesia, some of them from India, and they can't even say which part of the world they came from because they've got a mixture of so many different parts of all these cultures that came in. So they regard themselves as South African, right?
They're all English. They're all English.
And in America, I mean, America is fairly still new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like over here, most of the Asians and Muslims that moved there, you're talking about the 70s, right? 60s, 70s, 80s. And it's pretty much the same thing going to happen over the next maybe 50, 60 years, is that we'll get to a point when people will be no longer saying that, oh, you know, I'm from Pakistan origin, or I'm from Bangladesh origin, or Indian. People are going to stop saying all of that. It's not going to have any meaning, you know.
Yeah, and to say from the beginning, it's also wrong. If you're going to discriminate based on your ethnicity and your race, it's it's not acceptable in Islam, because I mean we're all one wahid ummah.
Yeah, it is not acceptable. But to understand these people came from, like, for example, my parents, they came from a country where they were 100% seeing one skin color, 100% one language, one culture, one way of doing something. When you've been like that 100%, so we're not just talking about India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Afghanistan, or Arabia. Let's just talk about an indigenous community anywhere in the world. So it could be in the middle of South America, some, you know, Amazonian tribe. It could even be, let's just say, Caucasian American, where they're all Caucasians. They've all been, you know, having Sunday bacon or Sunday roast. I don't know what you guys have on Sunday. So they've had a set life for like generations, right? When you come to any people in the world and you want to just change them to say, let's now change your food diet, let's change your culture, let's change the language, let's change the, you know, the practices we have. People don't like to, you know, generally people don't like to go through that change immediately. It takes time for you to change. So, like, for example, over here, you had like 30 years ago, for a Pakistani and a Bangladeshi to get married in this country was like a taboo, right? But today it's happening every day. Like from last maybe 15 years ago, it's been happening and it's increasing. So that thing is sort of dying out.
Sheikh, is that because they're becoming stronger Islamically, or they're becoming stronger as a culture in England? Like, which one is?
This is the thing. So what the example I gave you in South Africa is that when they came together 7 generations ago, every person would have said, "Well, I'm Malay," and somebody else would have said, "I'm Indian," and they wouldn't have mixed. But after a while, what happens is all those, after a while, you kind of lose that connection from Malaysia, from Indonesia, from India, and then you become South African, right? Once you become South African, then it's like, I'm a South African and I'm getting married to a South African. Now, your parents could have been 6th generation before from some other country, but they don't see that. They can't see it. They don't have any concept of it. So when we get to the stage when people will start saying, "Well, I'm American," right? Or I'm from England, I'm from the UK, I'm British, right? When people recognize to that level that that's who I am, then it's like I'm no longer looking at an African, and that kind of goes out the window.
Excellent. I mean, very beautifully explained. I don't know if you know, but tomorrow's here, July 4th, our Independence Day, America, and we'll be celebrating with all the American variety dishes.
Please make sure that you celebrate with your First Amendment and your Second Amendment, and you go out there and you show America is great.
We will keep America great as long as possible. My God, I'll be going on my ranch. I'll be going to my ranch, and I'll be having some.
Make sure you have your cowboy hat as well on.
All I do is
Mama
be on backwards. Stitch America, keep America great on the back of my kufi. But that's what's gonna happen tomorrow. We're gonna be doing some fireworks, and we're gonna be celebrating the patriotism in America. And Mufti Abdul he's gonna be celebrating Pakistan Independence Day whenever it happens. No, just joking around.
Why not? Sheikh, Bijan, can I ask you a question quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sheikh, we're almost done.
I got all these American napkins and plates and flag in my house. So when you come tomorrow for the barbecue,
Sheikh, all I gotta say is Sheikh Abdullah tries really hard. You're American.
Assimilate. My beard is assimilation, right there, brother. My beard.
Oh man, Sheikh, you've come to America. You've lived in England. What are some of the main differences and challenges that you see within the youth in both countries, and how would you, perhaps, explain those?
Those are heavy loaded questions. If you can allow him to speak about Safar Academy, because we're gonna run out of time in a few minutes.
But okay, if you can speak about it for 2 minutes. If not, then we'll just we'll
I'll answer quick. Look, I'm okay for time. I've actually woken up after speaking. I was about to sleep. I was dying to sleep, but then with all the Qari Saad Nomani and so on sitting here, I've actually woken up now. So I'm okay for time now. So with regards to your question, I think the biggest problem we've got is right now for the youth of America and the youth over here in Britain is technology is killing us.
Oh,
right, technology is killing us. I mean, the amount of freedom, the amount of variety, the amount of choice we've got, in one household, you've got several mobile phones, you've got several
gadgets,
tablets, right, devices, iOS, Android, and so on. You've got several probably televisions. You've got all these gadgets, all right, and right down with lockdown as well. There's been a very heavy increase amount of time that people have been logged on to or just stuck on their screens. And look, just take away that in general, what's happening is the freedom that we've got and the amount of choice that we've got, and the fact that I can make all my own choices as a young person, that actually is very poisonous. Because as a young person, when you start making all the choices you want to make, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make heavy mistakes, and because life is not TikTok, right? Life is not Instagram. It's not these. You can do a prank, you can do a funny video, you can make someone laugh, but that's not life. If you look at life is actually paying bills, getting a job, sustaining a job, going out there and learning something and being consistent, persistent with something you have to do. That is difficult for people like, studying, working, keeping a job, feeding a family, being responsible. These things are, they're lifetime commitment. That's what life is. But anyway, to answer your question, in general, I think that our whole mindset and everything is really, it's killing this whole technology, and the freedom that we've got with it is killing our mindset, because even adults are not that inclined towards the masjid, towards the amal, towards the actions that they need to do. And the big worry is about this new generation, the kids. They're far away.
Allah protect us and our children.
Amen.
Sheikh, Jazakallah khair, Sheikh.
The youth love you, Sheikh. What is it about you that why the youth like you so much?
I don't know. Maybe one of the things is that my mind is such that I like to relate to people who I'm talking to. So if you put me amongst a group of 60-year-olds, I'll be like, Haji, Karloji, whatever. I'll be on their level, right? If you put me to a group of, let's say, 30 or 4-year-olds, I can relate to them. If you put me with 10, not 12-year-olds or 15-year-olds, I might start laughing, joking, doing pranks myself. I can relate to them. So this thing of being able to relate to people does make things come a bit
Easier.
more closer.
That's
This is the $1 million question that the Sheikh has been involved in, is his Safar Academy. Sheikh, you have this curriculum, and it's for Islamic schools, weekend schools, and it's our Qur'an, Arabic, Islamic studies. We're talking about core subjects, correct?
Core subjects, yes. So you got all your tajweed there, you got your aqidah, you got your fiqh, you've got your seerah, your anbiya stories, you got Quran, hadith, the whole lot in one curriculum. And we've made this specifically so that people can, you can do this, like you said, in a weekend school, you can do it in an institute, you can do it, you can even just do it at home, homeschooling and so on, or just read it. We've got many adults that are learning the Islam through these books.
Wow.
Because the language is kind of put down to the children's level. Like if you go to, I don't know, maybe in Walmart, you have these books on the Dummies Guide.
The like dummies, like Microsoft.
Right, yeah, the Dummies Guide to Windows. Dummies.
I have a lot of dummies.
Actually, the most sold books. The reason why is not because people are dummies, is because the language in there is so simple to understand, right? So we've made our books simple enough that kids as well as adults can understand it. So we've had, alhamdulillah, a very good response worldwide of people learning the Islam. People are actually taking these books. It's easy just to sit home and just to go through the books with your children, and the learning is happening.
It's from like grade 1 to all the way to, right, Sheikh? It's like by grade level?
So right now, yeah, we've got book 8 coming out, inshallah. By 2021, we'll have book 8 coming out.
So that's 8th grade. That's 8th grade. That's 8th grade.
Yeah.
And you guys graduate what, in 9th grade or 10th grade? When do you guys graduate from high school? Because I know English is different.
We've got, it depends on. Are you talking about the normal schools, or are you talking about? Yeah. So I think you're 11th grade.
You're 11th.
After the 11th.
They come O levels, A levels. What they have there?
Nah, those the O level has been replaced with something called GCSE, which is the same thing. And then you have A levels, which is, I think,
4th grade.
Your grade 12 and grade 13.
Yeah. So Sheikh, how many people, how many after school programs, weekend school programs are using your curriculum?
Just in the UK, 500 plus.
Subhanallah.
And worldwide, we're in about 32 different countries.
Subhanallah.
Amazing. And languages, is it right now only in English?
Only English.
So 32 countries are learning English, and they're also learning Islamic studies.
So these are countries that already have English there, right? So let's say even like Qatar, you might have an English school there. Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America.
Pakistan. I know Pakistan is using it.
That's so people. So in Pakistan, what they'll do is that if they've got like a school that has an English medium, they'll be using the books.
Excellent. Sheikh, can you tell us roughly how many years you've been working on this, and how much has been invested already, so people know the value of this content?
But Sheikh, by the way, Bajan, like these books are not cheap books. Like the quality of the paper, the illustrations, and so on. They're like, it's very heavy, mashallah.
So we started Safar Academy about 22 years ago now.
Wow.
And the actual writing of these books, pen to paper, started about 18 years ago.
Wow.
So
You had a
it's in
black
the
beard.
making
Your
of
beard
about
was
18
nice and
years.
dark black back then.
Sorry?
You were young back then. Dark black beard.
Oh, that time, yeah, that time I was a young Bollywood version of me.
Ooh, hearty.
Now I'm a mature Hollywood version.
You know, you definitely could play many roles there, but you are beyond Hollywood, Sheikh. You are a Sheikh that's ready for the beauty of Jannah. You represent that beauty, mashallah. Sheikh, so you started this 18 years ago. You put it pen to paper, and how much money and resources have been invested in such work?
There's a lot of, I mean, I wouldn't be able to calculate how much, but we're looking at the millions of dollars. So we've not been able.
Pounds or dollars? Let's be careful.
So I had to say dollars because you guys won't understand pounds. Right? You might say pound. You might think it's the weight pounds, right? Because we have to spell everything.
Sheikh, you're underestimating the Americans. We're not that like.
We have to spell everything out for you Americans.
Do you know the best car in England is?
Honda Accord?
Nope. You know the best car in England is a Ford.
That's not
the
true.
best-selling car in England is a Ford. How is that possible that your best-selling car is made in my town, in Michigan, in my state? How? Don't you guys have European cars, the Fiat, whatever they are?
You guys better start worrying because China is probably going to be bailing you guys out of the economy, right?
China will always be our little brother. They do not have democracy. Democracy and the common democracy was always prevail, and this is a long discussion.
I know that, but just we don't want to get into politics right now.
Please no, Sheikh, please.
I'm just joking around. But why is Ford the best car in England? I just don't understand why.
Because everyone kullu jadid ladid, everything new.
Everybody wants to be American in England. What is it?
You know the thing is we have a great love for each other. When you hear my accent, you love it. When I hear your accent, we love it, right? So there's like he said, whatever is foreign is kind of tasty.
Yeah, looks tasty.
And we love European cars. We love European cars. We love the BMW. We love BMW, and we love the Mercedes.
Oh man. Sheikhuna, mashallah, one of our class, Sheikh Abdullah's, one of his classmates that we had, Sheikh Abdullah's friend actually, he's using it in California. So for those that this is something, this is live in front of us, that they use your curriculum in California as well, Sheikh. You're getting sadaqah jari all across the world, inshallah. Sheikh,
you know what you did as a legacy effort, where that may Allah extend your life with barakah and afiyah, give you the ability to complete this curriculum and solidify and codify and of course publish it even better, and people can master and benefit. But what a great work that is. People talk, but then to put it to paper and distribute it with millions of dollars and pounds invested. Great work.
Just to give you an idea, look, we haven't been able to do this just from monies that we've got. We've taken charity monies and so on. People have donated, and we've over the years it's been a very slow kind of thing. Each book that we've done goes through several years of the making. So we might write it, then we've got to edit it. It's going to be sub-edited. It's going to go through so many different editorial things, and then finally, before it even comes out, we would have tested it with our students to see if it works or not. So there's so many different changes we would have gone out to, and just one book just one book from the beginning to the end. We're not talking about the cost of printing. We're talking about the cost of making. It's probably about $100,000.
Wow.
Yeah, at least.
Sheikh, it's priceless, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. I know we have entered the next hour here, 11 p.m. there. What you guys are 6 a.m. there?
5 a.m.
Here is actually now 4:03 here.
4.
Yeah, 4:03 here right now.
We woke Sheikh up early.
We're 5 hours ahead of you, I think.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, Sheikh, we want to keep you forever, and we're waiting for you to come back, inshallah, when quarantine over and COVID-19.
Inshallah, I look forward to seeing you guys.
But can we ask Sheikh, if he doesn't mind, if you can just read maybe 30 seconds of dhikr for us to end the gathering, because it will soothe us and it will calm us down. If just maybe the kalima, like you did when you came here to our campus, People really enjoyed it.
Inshallah.
And then you make the concluding dua, Sheikh.
You can make dua, Sheikh.
No, Sheikh, no, you are all the way in the holy land of the Queen in England, London. You know, we're not doing it here. We're not even
Now
competing
it's
with you.
suddenly the most holiest land, right?
But London
All
is,
this while we've been behind you guys with your
The script has flipped.
you know, when the Islamophobes, when they give examples, they're like, America will become like London, and you know, it'll be overflowing with Muslims. London is like the Muslim hub of Europe, mashallah. London and Paris.
That's true. That's true. That's definite.
Bismillah. Sheikh.
Bismillah. لا إله إلا الله 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 سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.
Jazakumullah khair. You know, the dhikr of Allah, ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'inul qulub, is so peaceful. We started off this gathering with the recitation of the Qur'an by Shaykh Hasan Nomani, and we went through the discussion of the Qur'an, and we heard about paradise and Jannah from Shaykh Hasan Ali. We heard about England and the language they speak there, and the different words they use just to amuse ourselves and acquaint ourselves with the beautiful country and beautiful people in England, and the great work that Shaykh Hasan Ali is doing from Safar Academy. His great advice has definitely penetrated into our hearts and will be embodied in our character, inshallah. And we hope to see Shaykh Hasan Ali more often in our live programs and inshallah in person here in Michigan in the United States of America as soon as possible. And here we conclude with the beautiful dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which honestly, sometimes we just need to shut the lights off and just ponder upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ponder on the words of Allah, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, before going to bed. Just having the heart just come to peace with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, people like to find comfort in other things, you know, some other lyrics or tunes, you know, sounds, but there is nothing beautiful and more peaceful than the dhikr that Allah says, ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. You know, the dhikr of Allah, it brings us, you know, awareness outside that makes you cognitive, but at the same time inside it makes you so peaceful. And today we're living in a world that's full of trouble and pain and anxiety and insecurity, and the only thing that can find us comfort is the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I felt that in the few minutes that you were praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and humming his greatness. Jazakumullah khair, Shaykh. I would like you to and request from you if you could please conclude us with a short dua.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim. Oh Allah, we ask you for you to make us successful people in this world, successful people in the akhirah. Oh Allah, give us great lives, remove our troubles. Oh Allah, remove this this virus from the earth and make our lives normal back again on the earth, and save us from sinning, and give us the tawfiq and ability to do good deeds, and for us to make and pave our way towards Jannah. And for all of us that are included in this dua, to have all our loved ones with us. At the moment we leave this earth, we leave to a better place, and we go to the highest of Aliyeen. And on the Day of Judgment, we are resurrected amongst the Prophets, Siddiqeen, Shuhada, Salihin. And we stay amongst them and with them until the time when you enter us into Jannah. And when we go to Jannah, then we go there without any punishment, without any fear. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. And we go to the highest of Jannah, Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqi Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wallah, we pray for Miftaah and for the organization and for the brothers Mufti Abdul Wahab and Mawlana Abdullah and others who are doing the best of their efforts to spread the deen, and for all the people of Michigan and all the people who are in the States and in England as well. Allah, we ask you that you give us the best of Islam for us at this age and for us to make the right decisions. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqi Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi.
Jazakallah khair. Everyone, thank you very much for joining us. Every Friday, we have Friday Night Live. We start at 9:30. We're supposed to end by 11. We've gone past the hour. And we were just so blessed with someone from Medina to Munawwara and someone from London, England. And who ever knew that London and Medina will be together on the same screen, blessing us here in the United States of America and all across the world. And I want to thank all of you brothers and sisters for joining us. Every Friday, Friday Night Live, 9:30, we have special reciters, artists, and reminders. And Monday we have a program 5 days a week. If you go to Miftaah page on YouTube and Facebook, you will be enlightened with motivation and knowledge, insightful discussions by Mufti Abdul Wahab, Sheikh Abdul Rahman, and it's never going to get boring, and you will always want to come back. And brothers and sisters, inshallah, you enjoy the weekend. And if you're from the United States of America, enjoy your holiday. And if you're from England, enjoy your beautiful country. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.